sidelight, like all of us. I'd like to just take you back a little bit. After my first year of college, being away from home and having a little bit of freedom, I didn't have my mother with a big stick telling me, young man, you need to behave yourself. The dean called me in at the end of my first year of college, and he says, young man, you did not come here to be a football player. You came here to get an education. I am not happy with the grades that you've got, so I'm not going to let you play football next year. And I said, Dean, if that's the way you feel, then I don't need a college education. And he looked at me and he said, young man, what you need to do is you need to grow up and you need to be a man. And I said, holy mackerel, nobody's ever talked to me like that. So I went home and my mother said, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to just go out here and I'll talk to somebody and they'll give me a job because I can do anything. And after looking at several ads, at first the guy would ask me, he says, have you ever done this? I said, no, sir. And he said, well, young man, this is not a training institution. This is a place, where people are already trained. And he said, but I said, I can do that job. He said, no, we don't do that. So anyways, I went back. I said, Mom, I need your help. She said, what is that, son? I said, I can't get a job. Do you know anybody? And she said, well, I have a friend that his father owns a retreading company for retreading tires. And they said, you're welcome to go and interview. Man, I tell you, I went over there and I looked at him and I said, I'm looking for a job. He says, great. He said, we have a third shift that goes from 7 at night to about 1 or 2 in the morning to get our 8 hours in. When we went into the shop, there were 2 young guys, both of us 21 years old. When we looked at a production, the 2 of us were outproducing what the day crew was doing. Because, we'd buff the tires, and then we'd put Camelback on the tires, and then we'd cook the tires and string them up on the rack. But the boss came in one day and he says, business is going great. We're going to open up a third shift. Well, by this time, I'd already decided to get married. I said, my wife is a registered nurse. She's going to be working. I'm going to be working. Life is going to be good. Like I said, the boss said we're going to open it up and we're going to have a third shift. So these two of us looked at each other. Well, either you're going to be the boss or I'm going to be the boss. The big day came. A guy 44 years old, college educated, came in and says, I'm your new supervisor. How do you do this? I said, I know how to do all this. No, you're my boss. You tell me what you need to do. I went home. I told my wife, I said, I'm going back to school.